What's up, guys? Duke back from sportsgamers.com. Today, we've got a game-changing tip for you guys on defense. So, one of the biggest annoying things to defend on Madden 20 is definitely people who roll out with the mobile quarterback and throw corners, crossers, posts, deep bombs, etc. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you guys a Madden 20 tip that will completely lock up all those rollout corners, crossers, posts, deep bombs, really lock up the mobile quarterback and force him to stay in the pocket and lock up this type of offensive scheme. So this is going to be a pretty easy tip that you guys can use from a lot of different formations. Two of my favorite formations, though, are in the Green Bay Packers playbook on defense, and that's the Big Dime 146 and Big Dime 236 Will. I'm actually going to look at the play DB Fire 2 here from 236 Will. It's one of my favorite Ds out there, and you guys can use this on pretty much any offensive scheme that relies on the rollout. Two of the most popular would be like the gun bunch and like tight stuff and shotgun. These have rollout post, corners, crossers, bombs, all that. So we're going to look at that, and I got the Chiefs just to show you guys this because, well, we know with the West Coast playbook, the receiver post and the deep corner play are extremely popular to roll out. So guys, I'm going to show you guys a few different ways to do this. So, first of all, I'm going to show you what happens if just you run the standard, defense, and, you don't really have any sort of advanced adjustments to show you guys what the big problem here is. So, first of all, I want to just show you guys an example of what happens if you just send a general blitz at them with contains and you don't really make any advanced adjustments. This is why it's so difficult to play defense against escape artists, because even against good defenses like this, someone knows what they're doing. They can just freely basically roll out with the right protection and throw just darts on the money for big plays. Now, we can get around this very easily. So I'm going to show you guys a setup from this defense that's going to lock up people that want to roll out, throw these crossers, corners, posts, whatever. It's going to lock up the mobile quarterback escape artist very easily. So, set up the same defense for the most part. The first thing you're going to want to do is identify which side of the field that the offense keeps rolling out to. So if someone was running this setup right here, it'd obviously be to the running back side. So I have to know that. So once I know what side they're trying to roll out to, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to blitz the linebackers down and then blitz the outside cornerback on that side of the screen. And, that's going to send all these players right here. Now I'm going to control the inside linebacker on the side of the screen as the running back and kind of use him to lurk. You can contain as well. So it's a pretty easy setup. Splits the linebackers, which is linebacker audible to the right on the D-pad down to blitz them. Then you can just move these corners in if they are not already. And then just playmaker to outside corner, that's how they roll out the blitz, which you can do just by hitting YY or triangle, his icon, down on the right stick. We're going to use this guy and we don't actually have to rush. And the other thing is you can, if you want to, you can just man this guy up if you really want or put him in a zone. He doesn't necessarily need to be rushing, but you can leave him rushing if you want. So before I show you guys how this works, I do want to remind you guys to please subscribe to the channel and hit the subscribe button in the corner of the video to do so. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss our great videos when they go live. We upload pretty much daily tips, gameplays, Madden 21 news, and we're going to keep it going into the Madden 21 season. When it drops, we'll release Madden 21 tips and gameplays as well. Now, in the meantime, if you want more premium Madden content, you can check out sportsgamers.com for the best Madden tips and ebooks for Madden 21 and also Madden 20. We're still doing Madden 20 stuff this year until Madden 21 drops. Anyways, let's get back into the tip. So you have a few different options you can do here. So the safety that, we're blitzing the outside corner on, we have a few different options with him. First of all, I'm going to go over it one by one. First of all, we'll leave him in the deep half. This is a very safe thing to do. It's going to prevent anyone from just throwing over the top on that side of the field. So that's pretty safe, but there are other adjustments we can use. I'll show you in a second. So even though my guy's on a blitz angle, I'm not actually going to blitz him. I can pretty much just play the middle of the field, but really what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to lurk whoever's coming over the middle of the field. That's what I'm really looking to do. So offensively, we're going to set up the same protection. You guys are going to see what happens. We see that the guy's blitzing. We try to roll out, and the outside corner is there for the sack. We're just basically going to run right into the blitz. And this is cool because what's going to happen is they're going to see that slot corner off the left side come. It's like, okay, the running back is going to get him. But then, once we try to roll out and notice that outside corner is coming too, he's coming free, and we're not going to be able to, get away. It's a pretty easy sack right here, as you guys can see. We're just not going to be able to get away from this. It's not going to happen. We're pretty much just locked up with two defenders right in our face. This is very, very good defense. They're not going to really have much of a chance to get away from us. Now, the other thing is with our user. Now, I wasn't usering on defense right here because I had to try to show you guys the rollout. But defensively, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically sit over the middle. I'm going to look to guard that crosser, that post, that corner, whatever is coming over the middle. That's what I'm looking to guard with my user. Now, the thing is, if they don't try to roll out, right, you'll still get pressure. Now, it might not be quite as fast as you know when you roll out and run right into that corner, but you're still going to get pressure. So, again, we're keeping our user on a blitz angle, but I'm going to just play in coverage. And you can drop this guy in coverage if you want, the slot corner opposite the outside corner that's blitzing. Again, that's just completely up to you. If you want to rush 7, you can leave him blitzing, and then that will, blitz 7. With the 1 linebacker, the 3D lineman, and then these 2 guys right here. Plus this guy, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right. This is going to get quick pressure if you blitz 7, even against this protection scheme if they sit in the pocket. So again, 2 more adjustments you can do. So another thing I do from time to time with this corner, or I'm sorry, not corner, but safety, is I'll drop him in a purple zone, curl flat, which is to the right on the left stick. Now, if I do this, guys, what I tend to do is rotate that safety to inside third on the right, just like this, which is to the left on the left analog stick. And if I do that, I tend to go ahead. And I also press. I like to press with the D. If I do that, sometimes I'll leave that corner in the curl or the soft squat on the right. Sometimes I'll put them in a outside quarter or outside third. It really just or deep half. It really just depends what they're doing. But again, you guys will see that when you do this, they're not going to be able to get that rollout. They're going to have to stay in the pocket. And by forcing them to stay in the pocket, you can see that we're going to get pretty solid pressure. And, the coverage is going to be really good because a lot of these plays are basically designed to roll out. Now, guys, you can see here that putting this guy in a purple is a little bit more risky because if they just streak this guy on the outside, that's going to be a touchdown. But what that does is that purple, that's going to play that crosser pretty decently. So you can kind of like bait like you're taking away the drag and then drop back over the middle. And, you don't really have to worry about that crosser once you drop back over the middle because once it tries to go outside the numbers, this safety's going to be kind of waiting there in the purple. Also, if they just try to throw like quick outs, flats, whatever the case may be, that guy will be there to make a play. But as you guys can see here, again, this corner on the outside is coming free. So he's not going to get blocked whether you stay in the pocket or you roll out. Obviously, if you roll into him, it'll be faster. But even if you stay in the pocket, he's coming free. Kind of like the bleacher blitz concept from a few years ago. Now, another thing you guys can do, which is a little bit more safe than what we just did, but, it doesn't defend the crossers quite as well, is you can just simply man this guy up on the outside receiver, just like this. If you do that, he's not going to be of a concern to us, so we could, again, man this guy up right here, and we're going to be set. So now I know that because I have the slot manned up, he's not as much of a concern, but this guy's not either because he's manned up. But if I see that outside receiver in the bunch on that crossing route, I'm going to know, like for sure, I have to guard him. It's not as risky if you do this because he's going to be manned up at all times. So it's not quite as risky as just putting him in purple. But the thing about it is when you don't put him in that purple zone, now, you have to worry about the crosser. So if you do that, you might want to man this guy up on the outside receiver in case he is on a crosser to take that away. And then you can kind of just bait between the drag. Only risky thing here would be if like the tight end or like the slot receiver went on the corner route on the right side of the screen on the bunch. You would definitely need to watch that. So in a situation like this, you guys can see, we get that good pressure and they're pretty much in a box. I do want to show you guys one more thing quickly before we end this video, but basically I want to show you guys how effective it is to put this guy in a purple zone if they're just throwing quick flats or out routes. It actually is very effective, and I do like doing that from time to time. I feel like that's a nice little adjustment. So like if they're going to like send the running back out of the backfield on a wheel route, or maybe just put that guy in an out route on the solo side of the field, you definitely need something that's going to defend that. So like here, we'll try to throw a wheel route, and I'm going to show you guys, maybe they'll do like a hitch with the cross or wheel, just something. How that purple zone, he's going to fly down, and he's going to take away, he's not going to like pick it off or anything, but he'll be there to make a nice tackle. You might get 4 or 5 yards. So I do like that. If I see them start to throw little quick outs or quick flats, that is a nice little adjustment to do. So you guys can see here again, obviously we're going to get that pressure because the running back's not even blocked. But that purple zone, you guys can see, He takes away the receiver right away, but again, if the receiver's on a streak, eventually he'll run by him, so that's why it's a little risk-reward putting him in the purple zone. But what's going to happen is, any sort of flat, he's going to come down on, and he's going to take that away. So that really just leads us to need to worry about that crossing route coming over the middle of the field, and if they want to throw to the hitch, fine. But really the biggest thing about this defense is, I'm going to show you guys one more time before I end the video, is if you're going to see somebody just continuously want to roll out every single play, just no matter what, this is a great defense to call because it's going to stop them from just being able to think that they can just constantly roll out on you with no worry. You're not going to be able to do that because that outside corner will come free and will just basically run right into him just like that. So, hope you guys enjoyed this tip. This is something a lot of the top players do. A lot of the pro players use this bleacher blitz tactic against the rollout. Now, it's something that you can mix in. You don't want to obviously use this every play because if they get hip to it, they'll obviously look to stop rolling out that way and attack you. However, when you mix this in with just the regular setups from the big dime 1-4-6 or the 2-3-6 will as we did here, the standard setups where you're just blitzing the slot corners or maybe playing coverage and not necessarily the outside corners, that's when you're really going to have success. And really just in general in Madden, you always want to mix up your defenses so the offense does not know what's coming. When they know what's coming, it's easy. When they don't know what's coming, it's a lot more difficult. So until next time, it's Duke, and I'm out of here.